This is Sustainable Design. I'm Brennan, and I'm working with Alicia and Tessina. We are working on the UN's Sustainable Development Goal number 12, or SDG 12 for short. The SDGs were made in 2015 to address the multifaceted challenges in creating a sustainable global community. This brings us to our research focus: reducing waste and mainstreaming sustainability practices across all sectors of the economy. Our research focus, along with the whole of UN SDG 12, addresses the environmental pillar of sustainability. Main priorities here include waste management and reducing the over-extraction of resources. To start, we have some sobering figures. In 2016, Canadians created 27.1 million metric tons of solid waste. The national average was 720 kilograms per capita, the highest of all developed countries. Alberta's waste output was 1,007 kilograms per capita, making Albertans the world's top generators of waste. Restricting our scope to the U of A campus, which manages its waste independent of the city's services, gives us a small, controlled environment to implement changes in. What we design here will be a case study for other universities and small communities. The university, which includes both groups representing resource or waste management and vendors, will also be our client. We looked into the waste disposal system at the U of A. Currently, it runs the Zero Waste program, which utilizes a 4-bin system to divert certain kinds of waste from ending up in landfills whenever possible. It helps renew useful paper and other recyclables or compostable organics. Each load of waste not sent to the landfill is also money saved for the university. Through consultation with the Energy Management and Sustainable Operations Program, or EMSO for short, we have learned that this system is not totally successful. People often incorrectly sort their garbage and cross-contaminate waste, and contaminated waste must go to landfills. So, learning of these issues, we asked ourselves, how might we reduce the amount of undiverted waste created at the University of Alberta? Our user group consists of people who purchase food on campus. They generate packaging and food waste when they buy food from our vendors. It is through their compliance with the Zero Waste Bin program that an optimal level of diversion can be achieved, which is how we came up with our primary objective: to increase compliance with the University of Alberta's waste diversion program.
Meet Spencer, who represents our users. He's a third year university student who studies at SUB during his breaks and regularly buys lunch from campus food vendors. On a regular day, he's busy and has no time to spare. Unfortunately, Spencer doesn't always separate his lunchtime garbage. He's among more than two-fifths of students who fail to do this consistently. Let's take a look at Spencer's typical Wednesday. Spencer has a break between his classes and he's looking to get some grub. Just like over half of our survey participants, Spencer goes over to Sub, the most popular spot for food on campus. He is craving some Edo today. And after waiting, he finally gets his delicious meal. After getting his food, he sits down and eats. And afterwards, he is left with the waste. He walks over to the U of A waste bin and sees the four different bins. His waste is not clearly marked for where it's supposed to go, and the signs on the bins are confusing. Similar to the respondents of our survey, in which 38% people found information unclear and 33% found that there was just too much text on the bins. He doesn't know what is happening or which bin to use and has class in a few minutes. He's got to go. So he tosses recyclables into the landfill bin and contaminates the recyclables bin with organic leftovers and runs off. But that's a problem. Not all stuff goes into the trash. And as mentioned before, when incorrect items go in the recyclables bin, it causes contamination. But we have a way of trying to raise the waste diversion rate and reduce disposal contamination.
So for our design intervention, we created an identification system in which vendors are supplied with stickers that correspond to the existing 4 bin system categories, which is recyclables, organics, landfill, and mixed paper. The labels are applied to food or drink containers, and our stickers are color-coded for each bin and use the same icons as the bin to provide a similar visual language. They're highly visible and easy for vendors to apply. They don't need to fuss over orientation because the text is legible in all directions. And by using stickers, this allows franchise vendors to continue using company packaging as well. But how will this be done? So throughout our research, we looked into a lot of sticker printers, we were keeping in mind location from which stickers would be sent. So we tried to look for somewhere that was located within Canada, and we also wanted to keep in mind that stickers should be in somewhere recyclable or compostable. So we end up going with a company called Pure Labels, and they create both recycle compatible adhesives along with compostable labels, which means they go in the green organics bin. They're made from natural sugarcane water fiber, and the inks used to print the labels are benign to the composting process, which means both the label and the inks can be composted. And they come in sheets of 24. Based on the types of packaging used and the amount of customers that each sub-vendor sees, we would be able to supply them with only the type of stickers needed for their diversion purposes. For example, a vendor that only uses recyclable materials will be given blue stickers with recycle labels. Here are some in situs of how our labels would look on other types of packaging. The first one is a Bagos food box, which would be labeled by food vendors as compostable with their green sticker, meaning the container and the food inside can be composted when done with. The second is a plastic sandwich wedge, which unfortunately has to be labeled with the black label, indicating that it needs to go into the trash bin. We also have a coffee cup, which no one ever seems to know what to do with. So in this case, it's labeled with a blue sticker, indicating that it'll be recycled. Finally, we have an empty paper wedge box, so this guy will be going into the mixed paper box hinted by the yellow sticker. So now that our sticker system and revised bin signs are implemented, let's take a look at what Spencer will do now. So it's another Wednesday, and Spencer once again goes to Ito in sub. When he gets his order, with his laser-sharp vision, Spencer notices a stamp applied by the vendor, which are color-coded and easy to understand. So Spencer sits down to eat his food, and again, he is left with waste. As he gets up, he remembers that there are color-coded stickers on the box. Spencer follows the stickers and heads to the bins, which have revised signs. He correctly separates his waste much faster than last time, and he's able to get on with his day. For comparison, here's the old bin system. There's a lot of text on the signs, making it difficult to pinpoint the information you're looking for, especially if you're in a hurry. Here are the redesigned bin signs. They have less visual clutter, which has been achieved by decreasing the amount of text and repetitive imagery. The pictures have been replaced with simple, easy-to-understand illustrations. It follows a similar visual language to the rest of the bins with the help of consistent color and illustration style. The signs are printed on paper, which are encased in plastic covers, so they can be replaced quite easily. Here's an in situ of the re-envisioned signs in CSIS. Here's a final product shot with our stickers placed on different types of packaging. The stickers and the bin design work together to provide a coherent system by making the tasks of sorting waste easier and faster.
Our system makes it so that patrons don't have to spend time searching for symbols on packaging. Should they wish to dispose of other items, the revised bin signage is less cluttered. By making diversion more convenient, we can increase compliance. We asked EMSO to provide feedback on our intervention. They believed our solution had potential as a pilot project in sub, so long as we kept the label system green, cost-effective, and straightforward for vendors. Additionally, some vendors in sub already use adhesive labels to hold things like wraps and containers closed, which may indicate ease in using our stickers. If we are to continue work on this prototype, we will need to conduct larger surveys to gather statistics from a wider range of people. Our current survey reported on students only, who are the most accessible portion of our user group. We would need to research the volume of sales at sub and directly consult food vendors, since each one will use different numbers of stickers. That would allow us to more accurately calculate the cost of running such a pilot.